And why must the furries? Sorry about that, broadcast world. Welcome back again. Let's get back to our grass cutting. So, you know.
He looked like he was opening his eyes for a second.
So sweet game. When it act that way.
They're just gentle creatures. Shoot him again. He moved that leg.
Actually looks kind of fun right there.
Look like he's gonna get up. And that is how people sometimes, prefer their hip hop, prefer their protest. Why can't you just do it sedated? Why can't you just
turn it on so that it's on there? And then I'm gonna back up and go to the grass. Where am I? Maybe I can find something.
I loved him playing it because of what he said when he started. 40 acres and a mule is bigger than the music. They tried to rig the game.
Maybe I will play this for a half second.
If you really think about those lines in any context, outside the Super Bowl, outside Drake, the song, Not Like Us, everything, they still stand all on their own. How many of us feel like we're a rigged game?
Any of you can join me anywhere. I don't know.
Not Like Us get played on that world stage, Drake tried. He tried his best. That dude tried his damnedest. Not only did he try, that dude, he was a loser. He was a narcissist. He's not a big artist. I'm not acting like he doesn't have an album this weekend. I'm saying like this dude went all over the earth to do an arena show just to make sure at least these people are watching the Super Bowl. Paid extra for tickets, you pretty close. Curious. Stay. What is that? What is that? Get him out of here! Man, ooh. You had that dude. That you performed Not Like Us when I was like 2 years ago. My friend had a baby years before that. By the time I met his kid was 5 because we hadn't seen each other a really long time. And cutest kid. It's crazy that my friends are having kids because I can see. You ever see somebody who's so perfectly like a mix of their parents? You see perfectly both of those people in this new person. And we were supposed to hang out all day. And he went and we were in the kitchen. He grabbed something for us to drink. And so he poured himself kids so we were able to stay late. Poured me some. He said, I'm going to just go ahead and get changed. I'll be right back. He goes upstairs and now it's just me and his kid. How you doing? So, it's crazy. Just meeting this kid, he already had my buddy's mannerism, just that shoulder that I'm good. It's exactly like his dad. I said, oh, Dad, you having a good day? He's like, yeah. I was like, you excited? Go to zoo or something? I was like, yeah, sure, I'm excited. Before, and they turned around and and this kid had been so sweet up until this point. I'm sure it was accident, right? So he turned to me and he was like,
Start to begin.
and when I tell you that thing was imprinted on my memory, I had actually forgotten about it for these 2 years. So Kendrick said, "Say Drake."
Wait a minute.
Do you want to receive
I missed all of everything that was happening.
I know what you're thinking. It must be too.
Oh, I can do it out of crystals.
What's this? There's no end to the game that you can try to play with respectability politics.
How much did I miss?
Then tighten up. And that's a wild conversation to
Good
have
place to go back to anyway.
with someone who maybe even thinks they're healthy. That's told to me in different ways. Take a look at yourself. And sometimes it's white people, sure, but sometimes it's older black people that just want you to be safe. Because they know how the game is played, right? Because I don't know if you can tell. Looking at me, it's a hard individual. Tried to raise me to be a gentleman as I was in college. And I was ready to go to a club. She was like, "Hey, see, Mom, you want to?" I was like, "Yeah." And us to my car.
Yeah.
I'm smiling at everybody. Literally, I use smile test. There's no place is safe for now. I smile. I make myself open. I show no threat. And I even got in trouble with friends one time because we were walking down the street in Chicago and made eye contact with this cop, and he was like warning, just go past him, warning, and then I didn't realize it came out like this, but apparently I was like, "Officer." Remember it like that? But apparently that's how I sound. My friends
I don't like the fact that it keeps saying I bought a minor.
very upset with me. One of them
The beauty
said,
of the English
like I was
language.
welcoming him home. I just said, "Officer." Apparently I was like, "Officer." So once again, I'm not a hard. So if I've got the speech, that's too right. That's too right. So that's too again. If things
Go check that.
There's no end to the game that you can try to play respectively. You can be yourself if you can. And if you can, then to whatever degree that you can, it doesn't really matter. Do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up. Goes into man of the guard. Man of the guard. It's one of those things, right? I deserve to do all these things, right? And he's on the block. You see, so black, goatee, dreads, everything. And then they scurry, they see what they say. So Kendrick's already moved. He says, "Oh, you're always with you, okay? It's like your sheep come. Starts the camera. SS to deal with life." And some people didn't hear it. Apparently the mixing wasn't great for everybody. So there were some people whose review through halftime was pretty bad. And some people thought they were just being haters, but no, genuinely. So depending on where you watched and the mix that you heard. So there were little things that Kendrick said that either went over people's heads, they didn't quite hear, they didn't So now this is how it's I did, because I heard everything. So Samuel Jackson turned, started hit the one life thing hit me hard, because that is what happens. That is part of the game. You should know that. That's one of the reasons that it's sometimes scary to stand up, it's scary to be different, because whenever you build a community, they usually deduct one life. Whenever you make a movement, they deduct one life. And there are plenty of examples of it happening with black people in black culture, but it is everybody, just so you know. No matter who you are, no matter what you look like, country is starting again. It might not be you. They might miss. But it is what happens. One life, and it's wrong to hear Samuel Jackson deliver that line. Samuel Jackson was an usher at the King's funeral. Like, Samuel Jackson should be way more militant. And I'm not saying he's not now. I'm just saying, like, everything is about that action. He'd lock you in a room. And wait till you came to your senses. So then they're gonna pick you. Just pick you. So many theories about people. Him using stars since it coming out. I'm trying, like, once again, I'm not acting like I'm caught every single thing. But I know that when Samuel Jackson pops up again, he says, yes, see, this is what if we're being honest, and it's the truth about people, even sometimes people get honest. Anyone different about anything. The way that people use the fingers, they take pictures with them. There'll be somebody with one of their pictures is just them next to a full-blown tiger. And the tiger sedated as hell. The tiger's on there. And they're hogging its neck like they're in the Jungle Book. Like, we have to protect these beautiful animals. We have to preserve their way of life. Oh, shoot him again with the crane. Like he was on business for a second. So sweet, so gentle, deep down. They're just gentle creatures. Shoot him again. That's what they're doing. What are you gonna get up? And that is how people sometimes prefer their hip hop, prefer their protests. Why can't you just do it sedated? Why can't you just tone it down a notch, right? And he plays not like us. And people lose their minds. I loved him playing it because of what he said when he started it. You know, 40 acres and a mule, this is bigger than the music.
Sorry, broadcast world.
They tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. That's wild. If you really think about those lines in any context outside the Super Bowl, outside Drake, the song Not Like Us, everything, they still stand all on their own. You know? How many of us feel like we're in a rigged game? And it was beautiful to watch Not Like Us get played on that world stage, you know? Drake tried. He tried his best. That dude tried his damnedest. Not only did he try, that dude went to Australia. Not only was he not an American, he was under the earth.
That's odd.
This man went under earth to do, to his credit, he's not a big artist. I'm not acting like he doesn't have an album dropping this weekend. I'm saying like this dude went under the earth to do an arena show just to make sure at least these people aren't watching the Super Bowl. Curious. Drake on stage. Then, ooh, that dude performed not like us. When I was in, like 2 years ago, I went to visit my friend. My friend had a baby years before that. By the time I was and cutest kid. It's crazy that my friends are having kids because I can see. You ever see somebody who looks so perfectly like a mix of their parents? You see perfectly both of those people. We were supposed to hang out all day, and he went and we were in the kitchen. He grabbed something for us to drink, and so he had poured himself an almond milk for the kid something. I was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Oh, just take that." And then poured me something. He's like, "I'm gonna just go ahead and get changed. I'll be right back." He goes upstairs, and now it's just me and his kid. I'm like, "How you doing?" He's like, "It's crazy." He even had just meeting this kid, but he already had my nice mannerism. Just that shoulder, that I'm good. It's exactly like his dad. I'm good. I said, "Oh, okay. You having a good day?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "You excited?" Or something. It's like, "Yeah, sure, I'm excited. Be fun." And they turned around, and he knocked my elbow over. This kid had been so sweet up until this point. I was sure it was an accident, right? Until he turned to me and he was like, "I spilled your milk." I tell you, that thing was imprinted on my memory. I had actually forgotten about it for these 2 years. Until Kendrick said, "Say Drake."
Stupid. What's there?
Kendrick has an incredible smile. But he always seems to use it for dastardly deeds. This man said, "Say Drake." I've been that scared. I know he was talking to Drake, but even I was like, "Oh my God." He said, "Say Drake." He just ran out of the woods.
Stupid. Call back so beautiful.
That was crazy. That was insane. Say Drake. And then you see a glimpse of Serena.
Oh, shit.
Serena isn't Serena. And Kendrick and Dave Freak must have known we would believe it was Serena. They should forget. That's Serena over there.
Oh, shit.
But you pay attention to the layers. Pay attention to the storytelling. One of the most beautiful things about Serena being on stage, crip walk, dancing, right? It's not just as a sort of FU to Drake, right? Because it is. Because her and Drake, you know. And then Serena moved on, and Drake couldn't handle it. A lot of people think that Kendrick Lamar is Drake's kryptonite, and he really isn't. Drake's kryptonite is a woman who's moved on.
Okay.
See what I mean?
We used to come down the
There's
cell
nothing
phone.
that Drake hates more than a woman minding her business.
Stupid. The
And so little
callbacks.
songs, little sneak disses at Serena, little sneak disses at Rihanna, all this stuff, right? He loves beefing with women who have moved on. The best way I can sum up Drake to me is one time I was in Chicago, and apologies if I heard this little quick story, but I was in Chicago and I was sitting on the train, and this woman gets on the train, beautiful, gorgeous woman, right? And she ended up sitting next to me, and then this other dude gets on the train, and he's sitting across from us, and he tries to holler. He's like, hey, sweet thing, how you doing? Right now, this dude, to be fair, was very good looking. He was very good looking. Like when I looked up at him, I was like, oh, you two would make sense.
You were also working roles, so you feel like you're in a place where you get
You two would make sense. Very good looking dude, put together everything, and it's like, hey, how you doing? What you doing? Where you going? How's your night? And then she looks up from her phone and she goes, oh, no. And I hated that I was sitting next to her because I had to turn all the way around. But she goes, oh, nah. And he just sits there. Sits there for like 40 seconds. And then the train doors open. And he looks at her and he's like, and then he got off the train.
Yeah, dude.
And that's what a lot of Drake beefs with women feel like. Because the layers of Serena Dance is not just like this FU to Drake. It is one, also playing the game, right? We're in the game. And it's a black woman having a good time. It was also pre-revolutionary. And if you follow Serena, or you follow tennis, you'll know that when she did the same dance at Wimbledon, they came for her. They said that it was too love, too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. And now she did that in front of the world.
Exactly. Getting paid big bucks to do it.
Joy, people cheering her on. Giving us full circle moments. That was so dope. They were trying to play with me on the side. Things you can do is just have joy. So many people just having fun. So people watch it and have fun. Just see so many people having a good time. It wasn't for everybody. I know there were some people who was boring. They didn't like it. And he said ahead of time, you wouldn't get the picture if I sat you for hours in front of me. So it may not be for you, and that's okay. So many people sit you for hours. It's more it's a blessing. It's people say, wow, like joy, like place that in the 60s and 70s, we had incredible black acts. It was sometimes one of the few places that they could get booked, where black radio stations and DJs do party nights. Like, it's great to be here, and I appreciate you having me. It's I think that for the most part, when I think about the halftime show, and you watch it for the 100th time, and there were so many people that were incredible. Kendrick, it should have been more. You should have done
That's the
more. You
new
should have
second
like
floor.
brought up every more loyalty. Should have done this. Should have done this.
It's through.
Look, I just tell you, I'm not trying to be a bummer when I say this, but like everything you've ever watched that ever went out on a broadcast that you thought was revolutionary or you thought was ultra militant was approved for you to see by a corporate lawyer. Like all of it.
Absolutely.
You know? In fact, whenever a moment gets through that's not that thing, that person usually faces swift consequences. There's so many people that are like, no, he didn't go far enough. He could have done so much more. And it's like, look, I understand. That's what people are saying. But if you really believe that, if you really believe that he should have done so much more. I can tell you this, art can save your life.
Easy for the screen to steal our attention. Less is free.
I can tell you this, art can save your life. Art can save your life. I believe that from the bottom of my heart. But believe me when I tell you that entertainment will never be your salvation. Alright? Art can save your life, but entertainment by and large is escapism.
That's right.
And no one has ever escaped their chains by forgetting they were there. So you cannot, when I tell you, you will not be saved from entertainment alone. Expecting Kendrick to rap so good that Trump is like, oh, stop. If you forget the symbolism, forget the just he should have spoke plainly, he should have put it all out there. It's great news for you. There are these things called books. There's these things called books, and every revolutionary that is scared enough to murder most of them before they die.
Right?
And they're so confident that you don't read it, they for free.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just genuinely, I don't know what to say sometimes when people are like, why did he do this? It's like, I don't know, man. I'm not in his head. You know, he's great. You can't expect him to save you. He did an entire album where he said he was our savior. It's like, yeah. I think it was a phenomenal show, especially in a year and a time where there are people that would have Black history disappear. There are people that have us forget. And I think the only way to stop Black history from going away is to make more of it all the time. Make more history all the time.
Is that what the rest of the for me to get the hell out of here?
It was so boring, I didn't get it. It's like,
So far down in this damn
most
pool.
watched thing right under the moon landing, but I'm sure that was hate watching. I think that whatever you take away from the performance, if it's art that touched you, that made you feel something, that's good. That's all you can hope for. But if you want like a revolution, if you want change, you probably have to go outside and get some, make some. That Like, this thing, he's not like us. We all scream mustard.
Right?
DJ Mustard comes out there dancing. And one thing I really loved about the performance, genuinely from Popcorn, is that almost always what people will do, the Super Bowl thing to do is go out there and play your hits, make a medley that reminds us why we love you, right? And this dude, he did some of his hits, but he mostly did this GNX album. He even says it when they start playing TV off. This is GNX. We came here from Compton, California to party with y'all. Last time. Super Bowl halftime show ends after he set TV off. Game over. This is live. Tom Brady's like, well, let's see if Patrick Mahomes can even prove it all. Like, he's so good. He's great. I heard he's fantastic. So I'm sure he can come back from this 2,000-point deficit. No, for real. If you want to change, art can save you. Entertainment will never be your salvation. And so if you really want to see a different neighborhood, a different country, a different world, you probably have to turn TV off.
That's pretty decent. Push the goddamn button. They're supposed to know you like it if you push the goddamn button. That's what I be saying.
An issue of recall is several states because their great value, which is the name of the brand that makes. Their great value shrimp was found to have radioactive isotopes in it. Whatever happened to like regular nasty? You know what I mean?
Up here.
This chip a little stale. When we were growing up, the chips would be stale. They like sweeter. They didn't take the ingredients right. You were looking either, so then you bought it, you brought it home, you dipped it into the sauce. You got sauce. And then you would take a bite, and then nothing. The bite was not hidden. The bite was the chip was so strong, you just sprayed back sauce straight into your mouth. Because the chip was powerful, the chip petrified because it's been stale. And you're like, maybe that was a fluke, you know? All these chips in the bag, different ages, shapes, and sizes.
Yeah.
Another chip, and because you don't want the chip of tooth, you decide to break this one with your fingers, and you can't because the entire bag is stale or stale. I never thought of it this regular stale.
Mm-hmm.
It's radioactive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's radioactive. I don't know why it's radioactive. But it's radioactive. As I said, it's radioactive. I'm not going to blame it on the shrimp. What were we doing near the shrimp that was radioactive? Yeah, like radioactivity is easy to come by. It's not. You know, there's obviously radio waves and we're using radio, using microwave stuff, but real radioactivity that sticks with you.
File your tax is 100% free in the app and didn't file with us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do It Yourself by February 28th.
And that's the thing too, is that these supplies these different stores, and sometimes by the time it gets to you, it's just a different label that's put on it, but it's from the same place, it's the same people doing the same stuff. And, brand is great value. And they make me sound pretty bougie, but I don't really like the store's brand. I don't know, I just don't believe them. Like, I just, it's like, I don't think you do this well. It's, you go to a diner, and it's like, got 96 pages on the menu, but it's not the Cheesecake Factory, so you're like, no, only one establishment so far has been able to pull off this many pages. There's no way you don't have that much in the back. There's just, it's not possible. I drove around to I know that the kitchen can't be that big. So you gotta have lobster and quesadillas, and you got burgers and fries, but you also have dressed but then you also have pad thai. Like at a certain point, you don't just making stuff up back there. It's got sticky rice, sushi rice, white rice, brown rice, mango sticky rice, paella. Like it's either the chef back there is the most talented individual that's ever lived. Even there's going on right now, and we're all a part of someone's YouTube prank show, and Gordon Ramsay is back there just waiting for us to tear up our stomachs by ordering things that aren't even on the same page. When you go to a diner like that, by the way, stick to one page. Because whatever you get, just look at treat diner food and diner food with lots of variety. Because you know when they go back there and you order the lobster pasta, they got the lobster. Like they don't have to scratch out that thing on the dinner. Stick to one page is not sticking to one page. If you go full breakfast with it, you're gonna get a regular amount of sick days. Hear me out, because all across America, you got these diners, they got 87 pages to them. And then you're like, well, there's too many choices, what do I do? One thing. It's like one thing that you drive down, and do you understand me? I don't want to see French toast and pansy eels. I went to a diner with some friends, one of these diners I'm telling you about, and it had, so on their menu, I'm not exaggerating, on their menu, they had 26 pages with pictures. Now the pictures were obviously stolen from online. They did not take any of these pictures. They had Google Images and they printed it out and they put it next to the ... lobster pasta, right? Another thing that, look, this is a side thing. This actually has nothing to do with anything, but also
No, I still kept the same
they had
tickets.
numbered everything. Like they had numbered every order. Like you go to like a restaurant and they'll have the traditional pronunciation of the dish and then they have the numbers. And you did that, but everything was in English. And so you could just order 102 and the number signs together. And it's like, it sounds like it will tear up your stomach just as much. Just as much as saying, the tongue sauce. Can I have the Tom Kha and the baby back ribs? It's over here. Like, oh, there's too many choices. You can do so much. You can do barbecue. You can do Chinese. You can do this is amazing. I was like, no, it's the only thing open. No, this. And I warned. I was like, you need to pick one. I'm telling you right now, you better pick one. Okay? One page. Go right down that page because I bet you they do that page very well. I bet you if you pick a lane in this diner right now and you're like, hey, the whole table, we're just gonna do Mexican food. We're gonna get some tacos, quesadillas. You already got some meat back there. Just chop it up, do it. I think it'll be fine. But if you start hitting them with the around the And you know, sometimes when you're driving down the highway, there's like a natural instinct to watch the wreckage of a car accident as you pass by. That was every plate they brought to him. I kept watching him this man was taking bites of baby back ribs and then sips of soup and everything. And I was like, I don't know how you feel like this is a good idea. I got 3 scrambled eggs. And I made sure to order before he could finish ordering because I was like, keep me separate from him. I know got a bunch of sauce, so we serve it together. And sure enough, we leave, we get in the car, we drive for an hour. And then out of nowhere, we hear our friend who's driving go, That's why I got so mad, because I knew we had 4 more hours of driving to do, and I knew for a fact that his bad decisions would affect me. I didn't know when, I didn't know exactly how, but I knew this would happen, so he goes, "Ooh." And it was low, it was quiet, it was to himself, but it did cut through the music.
Somebody sang Sweet Caroline. It's karaoke bar at the back of the room. Let me go.
And so then, I try not to be that friend. I try not to be the I told you so person, but I go, what?
I should listen to what the hell is happening. I bet it was close.
What is this?
Why can't I not loose?
It's like, loose. He didn't want to answer me because he knew it was going to be, and I told you so, because I did tell him so, and then I watched him eat for 42 minutes. I watched him eat stuff that I know had to be old. Where do people get baby back ribs at this abandoned diner?
Okay.
I'm sure the cook in the back was like, what is he? Is he sure? Ask him, is he sure? You gotta go put somebody death on me. I'm not gonna catch a body. He's sitting there. I'm like, well, he just want to answer me. But I knew he was shot. I knew this how bad he was. Any cuisine that you eat, anything that you eat, especially when you eat a lot, especially when it is good, when you got something authentic, or you just got something that was seasoned right, and you eat too much of it, it has a different impression on you. It always does. Different impression. You get some good barbecue, but you a little bit too much of it, you get those meat sweats. You don't even know what's happening. Meat sweats are the closest that I think the closest middle ever come to a hot flash, because they don't even into their body. They're just like,
That's not like pretty.
hair is over there. If you could just see it,
Still see something.
it will cool you down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so hot you sweat in your own eyes. And then, there's other foods that just sit heavy. Eat too much of them, and they let you know, hey, we'll never leave you. a little hot, makes you nervous, gives you a little heartburn if you overdo it. He had all three. This man was sitting there with a rock in his stomach. You know those stones they put on people when they do the massage or they warm it up? He had 3 of those in his stomach, just holding it. Ooh, ooh, and I could tell this man started breathing heavy and everything. And when he brought the window down, I knew he was in trouble. I turned to our friends in the back. I was like, "Hey, somebody else gonna need a drive soon." Over here sweating hard, blinking hard. And I'm literally almost been knocked out. Out of concern for my friend, I've almost been knocked out of I told you so, but not yet. I go, what? He goes, I think I'm going to hit the car. What an insane jump. He doesn't go, I need to stop. Let me pull over. I don't feel so good. This man ate off so many minions. He's like, I'm going to kill all of y'all. I'm going to flip this car as hard as I can until it lands right side up.
Come on, roar. The lion's tail twitched. His mouth opened. Kruger levitated the steak higher. The lion looked sad. He was really hungry. I stood nearby with my 2 beasts perched on my shoulder. My baby Thunderbird Hawk and my little spider Ray. I stepped forward. He's hungry. Just give him the steak. Kruger ignored me. He's mine. He eats when I say. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a pouch of mixed Hawk chirped. Ray clicked excitedly. I tossed one in the air. Hawk leapt from my shoulder and snapped it up. I put one on my shoulder and Ray skittered to grab it. The cave lion watched me feed my beasts, ears flat. You hungry, big fella? Kruger turned to me in a rage. Leave my lion alone. I didn't listen. I tossed a single nut toward the lion. He blinked, then sniffed it. Kruger stomped his feet. You don't feed another man's beast. He raised a hand, summoning Sergeant Rita with a sharp whistle. Ma'am, Carl's interfering with my bond. Rita marched over. Carl, stand down. You want to play zookeeper? Open a pet shop. Kruger smirked. Real beastmasters use discipline. I nodded toward Hawk. Real bonds are built on trust. Then I gave Hawk a whistle signal. He zipped forward, snapped the levitating steak midair, and dropped it gently at the lion's paws. Leonis winked at me, then ate. The other trainees went quiet. Then someone whispered in me. Princess Nadia's gonna love this. A Thunderbird feeding a lion? Hawk returned to my shoulder as Rita glared at us. You're very sweet, Carl. She glared at my 2 little beasts, then flicked them with her finger, knocking them over. Unfortunately, sweet will get you killed. You need killer beasts to make it to the top of the class. The entire class laughed at me as I helped the poor beasts back up. I looked up Hawk in my beast system. Strength, 10 out of 100. Summons tornadoes with wing flap when fully grown. Summon tornadoes? Maybe someday. Mine was practically a baby. Half his feathers were still fluffy white down. Kruger sat on the back of his golden cave lion. Rich kids like him were gifted rare beasts by their wealthy parents as soon as they were born. He reached down and slapped me on the back of my head. Don't you ever feed my beast again. I tried to block them all out. I had to do better. I had to train Hawk, my Thunderbird, and Ray, my spider, to be the best. Maybe we were weak. Maybe we were losers. But I was sure we were special. Kruger leapt off the back of his beast. Leonis, bury the loser like you'd bury a turd. The lion kicked dirt on me as though it was in a giant litter box. Sergeant Rita shouted. Excellent beast command, Kruger. Perform that for the princess when she arrives. Then she looked at my pitiful collection of beasts and shook her head. Carl, try not to embarrass our school. And don't say anything to the prince or princess tonight. I nodded. It was the biggest day of the year for the Lithium Academy. Tonight was the annual Beastmaster battle. The Royal Prince Magnus himself would be there.
Still didn't even get here for getting messed up.
Over there, if you could just see it clearly, it would cool you down. You ever get so hot you sweat in your own eyes? And then there's other foods that just sit heavy. Eat too much of them, and they let you know, hey, we'll never leave you. And then there's some foods that you don't just see it as just spice in it, makes your emotion, makes you burp, it just gives you a little heartburn if you overdo it. He had all three. This man was sitting there with a heartburn in his stomach. You know those stones they put on people when they do a massage? He had 3 of those in his stomach to hold him and move. And I can tell you, like, this man started breathing heavy and everything. And when he rolled the window down, I knew he was in trouble. I turned to my friends in the back. I was like, hey, somebody's gonna need a drive soon. Over here sweating, leaking home. And I'm almost, literally almost been knocked out. I'm concerned for my friend. I've almost been knocked out. If I told you something, not yet. I go, that's it. Insane jumps. He doesn't go, I need to stop. Let me pull over. I don't feel so good. This man ain't on so many videos. He's like, I'm gonna kill all of you. And everybody in it dead. And then this man did something that to this day I have not forgiven him for.
Already did. In the car with the windows up. We started in the car. But what else did he was done? Right.
Lead his head out the window. Try to get some cool air on his face. When he leaned out the window, he thought he was slick. He wasn't slick. When he leaned out the window, he went.
Yep. And farted. Topped the leg up and everything, right?
Just from this right here. Just that little pivot. Look at the whole tree. This man leans over.
Using the passenger's seat.
I heard nothing.
Uh-oh. The little spinning. Silent but deadly. It's caught y'all asses. He leaned his head out the window. I left that shit in the other job. It's crazy work.
Genuinely, when I didn't hear anything, I couldn't hear. Explosion.
I heard no sound.
But then there was no boom energy. Like, I guess I'm already gone then. She must have been so fast I didn't notice. This must be how they make those.
Stupid.
This way.
Chips.
Nothing at all until my friend in the back of
My belly's off dead.
There's a difference in the air in the car because he's opened the window and the air conditioner was blowing. It was yeah, he was very hot. But I'm not
What's
gonna understand
the
why
thing on
it went backwards first.
the
I know it's and then my buddy next to him goes,
Yeah.
you began to choke. I need that highway before they're Is it when it hit me? The first instinct was to scream.
Damn.
I held back because screaming would open my mouth.
There you go. You smoking. Then you gonna taste the shit, literally. I got time for that. Ain't even your own fart, bro. Grown ass nigga fart. You better keep that shit over there. Shit. Stupid. That's fuck. That's why the TV was locked in here. Yep. Oh shit.
Desperation. I just slid it.
Man, shit. Man, shit. I ain't gonna lie, I would have.
The sound of our friend screaming is getting safer and safer. We had the same sort of skills through
That nigga tuck and roll. Say he was not. You can't. Nobody can live like this.
same damn room because he pulled me back. Slammed the door.
And he got right back in the seat. Like, damn. You almost made me. I don't laugh myself. You crazy?
To be honest with you, genuinely, he pulled me back in. I wish he had just slipped.
It would have been better for everybody involved. Ooh, Jason's. That's nice.
It's just you already know your best when it comes to food. You already eat what you think is healthy. You already try. And so when you've got these programs that make sure that the food is good, you end up with great value radioactive shrimps. It's absolutely unacceptable. But just all I'm saying is always trust the brand. That the store has to like, you don't do this too. There's no way. If you do napkins, CVS, I believe.
That's right.
I believe in y'all's napkin game is probably y'all got the same printer and everything. Y'all got the same little bumps on the napkin. I'm with you. Once it gets to sauce, I think that y'all are just guessing. If I go in the Walgreens already, I'm there for drugs. I'm there because my nose is running or something like that. Or just a bottle of water. The idea that Walgreens specifically is like, we make pasta too.
What a laugh.
That's always been
Sound like a damn seaman.
place that's not like that's just me. Maybe I'm being bougie, but I want my like sauce to come from a place that's like we make sauce. That's like our whole thing. We love as ragu, we love making sauce. We don't like anything solid around. So then when you go in the store and you see next to the ragu is either your local store or this chain being like, we make sauce too. And it's just like that sauce. It's like, I know that it's cheaper. I know I'm gonna buy it because it's cheaper, but I'm gonna think about how it's not ragu while I'm eating it.
Right. No, I can't wait till I open
I
this
used
up.
to work at a store that
Hold up real quick.
this was an insane experience, but I worked at a store where we didn't know what
Gosh, that
would,
was-
like, we knew what we sold as a base, but then there would be deals that would come in, and I don't know who was doing these deals, like, out in the world, but then we get a whole shipment of stuff we had to try to sell until it was gone, hopefully. There's no way to run a business, but I remember there was one week we just got a whole shipment of fire extinguishers.
This one shakes the whole day.
And to be fair, a lot of people don't have a fire extinguisher, and a lot of people live in conditions where they should absolutely have a fire extinguisher. Sure, I'm with you there, right? But these fire extinguishers were the size of like a big gulp. You know what I mean? Like these were like mini fire extinguishers that I don't even think could put out a hot shower.
Stupid.
We also had to sell. This one time we just got toilet seats. And it occurred to me at one point, I was like, who shops here? Like, sometimes I see customers in there and I'm like, you just know you need stuff and then you hope stuff is out there. Like, the idea that we got a shipment of toilet seats all for nothing, and then someone came in and was like, "That's just what I need." It's like that. It does make you believe in like the law of attraction, I suppose, but like,
Shit, I need to
doesn't seem like a great business model.
But I'm all good me doing it. I shop
One
for
of the
toilet
wildest
seats every
things we
single
sold
day.
at that store
That's insane.
was
Go around breaking in, breaking people's toilet seats.
condoms, but they were like store brand condoms.
Oh my goodness, that is not what you
Do you
can
know
do.
how much you're taking your lives into your hands?
No.
We've established condoms. You don't need a great value condom.
Something.
A great value condom is how you end up with another great value customer.
Thank you.
Oh, it's insane. And then when you have these radioactive shrimp, right? I'm talking about it like I'm familiar, but when you have radioactive shrimp, what the stores will do is they'll obviously pull everything off the shelves, and then they will go ahead and put up a note, usually on the cash register. That way, they've already pulled their inventory, but if anybody bought some last week, yesterday, whatever, they could read that. It helps spread the word, you know? And then one precaution that a lot of places take is they will print out the SKU, which is like that universal number for the product, a picture of the product, and then a little paragraph explanation of what happened. And then sometimes, depending on the store, they will put that at the cashier's register so that people can read it while they're checking out. So that way, if they already bought the shrimp and took it home, they'll know to throw it away. Because the paragraph will say something to the effect of like, if you bought our product, you know, whatever, radioactive shrimp.
Exactly, that's what they should have. Like, you didn't just tell
And you
me
have it at home right now, please throw it away. Because we found that this product was not up to our quality standard. We apologize that it was ever on the shelf and that it is radioactive. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Being a loyal customer. But that paragraph doesn't have the urgency that goes along with radioactive shrimp. Even the announcement, even the news didn't have correct.
What are you talking about?
Just radioactive shrimp. They didn't have the correct response for radioactive shrimp. To me, maybe I'm crazy. I need somebody to be walking up and down the aisle. Like, I need someone with some urgency. This crowd is not doing it. And they know what they're doing because the toner, like the ink on the printer ain't even good. So you barely see the image, and then the letters are faded. So you're trying to read it, and it's like a whisper. It's like reading a whisper in real time where they're like, No. We have so many people in this country looking for work, unemployed. Hire someone. Pay the person. What's been recalls?
Yep. What else?
Walking up and down the store. I hope you didn't get the shrimp last week because the shrimp
Yep. Just like that. Guarantee what it was.
You can hear that shrimp. That's oh, watch out, the shrimp. I had one, just to make sure one of my hands turned blue. Oh.
For real.
No, you gotta get up in there. You gotta do something more than just a printout that I'm probably not gonna see because admittedly, I'm looking at the Skittles.
That was all go around fucked up.
person in there walking up and down the aisle. You might even ask for an item that's been recalled because you didn't hear the news. Sometimes that happens with vegetables even. Sometimes the spinach or the romaine will get recalled just because of what they've been exposed to. And you need a person to be walking up and down the produce aisle like, sorry, we don't have the spinach. It's the E. coli. It has... What's the E for? E. coli. From, so we had to send them back. Send them back. Perhaps you'll enjoy some arugula. They don't just scream, they're also healthy. I don't like to think of myself as a bigot, but when it comes to milk, I am pretty intolerant. I have a problem with milk being in my things. If I even hear milk is in a dish, I'm like, get them out of here. Sometimes there'll be milk and stuff that milk isn't normally in, and that's when I sound bad. I'm like, they're not even supposed to be. They as in the cultures in the milk.
Okay, because that definitely could have been misconstrued very badly.
I've been watching this thing happen. They say that they're going to make America healthy again, but then they're like, oh, but you could just do a bunch of wild stuff you weren't doing before that definitely runs the risk of making you sick. There are people that are like, I want to drink my raw milk. Why can't I drink my raw milk? And it's like, okay. If just you drink the milk, which I think that's fine. If somebody wants to drink raw milk and they're drinking raw milk and they're like, dude, this is what I want. Like that to me is to me is how it should be. You want the raw milk, you drink that. It's when we like normalize the buying and selling of raw milk that we start to spread the power of raw milk to tear up your life. You think you lactose intolerant? Get some of that raw milk in you. Milk will get in your stomach and be like, this is nuts.
Yeah, I thought it was my life.
In a hotel room, you know what I mean?
It's my God.
Now you sitting there. Everybody told you not to drink the raw milk. They told you couldn't handle it. Like, I'm going to handle it. Natural is the best way. I'm going to have my raw milk. 30 minutes later.
Yep. Yeah.
But truly, I think we don't put ourselves enough in the position of what it's like to take responsibility. It's been recalled. Maybe you don't watch the news. Maybe you didn't get the notification on your phone. Maybe you're trying to understand because most news is pretty bad. The notification on your phone, keep you on your phone. So you place because you use your phone. And how the systems on your phone affect you, how the platforms, whether it's social or it's just the way that you lose attention to anything that you're doing for the phone makes you try to disconnect. And you go hard again and you don't have to see the printed out paper that is very, very faint. I'm not a scientist, but I imagine that if you put radioactive shrimp in the microwaves,
Give me some.
you're about to turn your kitchen into a science experiment.
Indeed.
You over there cooking the shrimp in the microwave, just looking at the door. Anytime you know what it is about us, but and then maybe I'm the only one that's experienced this, but I own 3 different microwaves to catch myself. And in all 3 scenarios, the person in that microwave who was making something was looking through the door. Like, is that fair or is he just how he cooked? Yes, all 3 were dudes. Yes, that's so. In that case, all 3 dudes were like, oh no, you when you pop popcorn, the bag get big. I don't know. This chicken sandwich is supposed to be on fire. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. You put a Chick-fil-A sandwich still in the foil right into the microwave. And so, yes, your sandwich is on fire, but it's all part of the process. You should probably open the door and put that out. Use the so fresh air. Feel me? Microwave your shrimp. Staring at the door.
Floating. My goodness.
So I don't know anything about radioactive shrimp, but I imagine a radioactive shrimp at least has the possibility of. Shrimp. Business, and then you get caught. And somewhere along the line in your lives, while you were down there in the water, or as these things, you came across radioactive material in an unusual part of the process, and then you end up at a facility where they set you up with your brethren. They put great value on the bag. They send you to a local Walmart, and then you lay there in the bag. Somebody grabs the bag. Somebody scans the bag. Somebody bags the bag. They take you home. They open the bag into a bowl. They wash you off real quick like that's gonna do something. Everything wrong with you is on the inside.
Right.
And then they throw you in the microwave because they can't cook. And you lay in there.
Your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free. Plus, get your biggest refund. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simply form 1040 returns.
Suddenly, it's 3 minutes. Jeez. Then you feel your sense.
don't say so.
Mm-hmm. Stupid.
Can't really make it out. You don't speak English or Australian for us. Someone has the wherewithal to press the open button. Microwave in your soul. And then you
Hey, baby.
stand up. You stand up and walk out of the bowl.
It's fine.
Nobody stops you. They're too busy running around
It's,
screaming and
I did. He stopped telling y'all. Yeah, I know. You will be figuring it out. Y'all be reading shit. Yeah, your friend did call the thing, Instagram. So, but also, I have another device out there right now.
You're out here really thinking. You're thinking about the strange that radioactive material you came across. You decide, you know what, go out on my own.
Make sure the spirit.
And these great value customers are more than willing to let you leave. And you go out into the world. Start to see, hear everything. You might even have some awareness of things that you haven't even come in contact with. Maybe it's super hearing, maybe it's telekinesis, who knows? You come across a newspaper. You read a newspaper. And you're terrified. Because with only having an hour's worth of knowledge and understanding, you can tell that things are bad. Things are not ideal in the world. You don't know what to do about it exactly, but you end up reading an article that's of importance to you because it's about you. It's about how they're radioactive shrimp in Walmart, and you're like, that's me. What should we do about this? I know what I'll do. I'll go to Washington. Because this little bit of life that I've been given, it's important that I use it for a purpose. It's important that I do something with it. The whole purpose of life is to not just be a witness, but be a connection to another life. And so I want to connect to all these lives I'm going to get contact with. I got done, so I feel like it's so And so you go to Washington and you decide, when you intentionally feel
That's the cool stuff.
people
That
have
is
been
funny.
issues like
Girls
regulations,
make
people
money.
have been allowing the Food and Drug Administration. They've been gutting the EPA. They've been gutting every safeguard that the people have to be able to eat food that's not radioactive. And so, for whatever reason, you decide you're on the side of the people, and so you go to a house, one specific house, and You go to a bowl, one singular bowl, and you let yourself be eaten at the head of Health and Human Services.
Greetings, governors.
Anomaly, we are back in the sneak peek at the long-awaited Commando Reset event.
Let's be clear, he knows as you go, but it was a sacrifice that you made, and it's a sacrifice that was very gross. There was a lot of roadkill on the plate. Then you climbed onto a bed of rice and you get slurped down, and now you're down there. In RFK Jr.'s stomach. You're surrounded by something. You don't know what it is, but after a while, because of all of this knowledge you've absorbed over your short lifetime, you realize, oof, raw milk. You let yourself fall away. You know, it's all worth it because RFK Jr.'s over here sitting at a press conference talking about how we're going to introduce more raw milk into the U.S. or, you know, going to make sure every kid eats roadkill for breakfast or something. I don't know. I don't know what the next initiative is, but while he's sitting there, RFK Jr. goes, yo, my stomach hurts. What's the best you could do? I don't know. Yeah, maybe y'all saw, maybe you didn't see. Maybe, I mean, people can only watch so much news, you know? But y'all saw the president at the UN. I didn't see everything as it was happening. I heard about some stuff later, right? So then I got a text message from my friend. They were like, oh, did you see what happened at UN? I'm like, no, I didn't see what happened at UN. And they explained to me that, you know, he was getting on an escalator and then the escalator stopped. Now, I thought at the time, I thought it was going very differently. I thought the escalator stopped on like a down escalator. That would have been a big deal. Imagine you on an escalator. You have belief. You get on a down escalator, you're like, all right, it's gonna take me where I need to go. No need for a seatbelt. If that thing just stops, the momentum, whoa! Now the president's falling down the steps. So I thought that's what happened. Then I watched the video and I saw that he just walked up to the escalator, stepped on the escalator, and the escalator broke. And you saw him stand at the bottom of the escalator like, what?
It's gonna be the other one.
Choose lean into it. Every Mazda is
There's that
engineered to
video
give you
view.
effortless
That Melania didn't miss a beat. She just started walking up the escalator. And so there were people that were like, this was sabotage. UN needs to be investigated. Somebody needs to be arrested, right? But then he made it up the escalator / stairs.
The stairs now. But the shit ain't moving.
And
Yo,
he
damn
went to
minutes
speak
now. There's stairs.
to the UN. Speech, the whole of the UN. He's standing here, UN over there. As soon as he goes to start, the teleprompter broke.
Mm-mm.
We know the teleprompter broke because he told us. As soon as he walked up, he told us. Teleprompter broke.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
First the escalator, teleprompter broke. Nothing here work.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. No,
Not a
teleprompter.
damn thing.
And it's like, look, if you're delivering a speech and it's been, uploaded to teleprompter, then teleprompter breaks, alright, like, that is something to be annoyed or caught off guard about. But I'm sitting there watching, like, why do you care?
Right. Everything coming out his mouth comes straight out his ass.
You're not gonna read it.
Not scripted, right? I think it's scripted. Yep. Can't tell me somebody write that shit for
right
him.
now gotta be the easiest job in the world. You just over here typing up chapters from Great Expectations, knowing he's gonna read it. Knowing he's just gonna go. You know what I mean? He goes off of vibes.
Yep.
What do you care that the teleprompter's broke? You weren't gonna look at it.
Right.
You might have read the first couple sentences and then been like, you know what?
Exactly.
I'm gonna speak from the heart.
Everybody know.
And so the teleprompter broke. No. And so he's like, I guess I'll just have to. Which was also wild because the speech was printed out in front of him.
Mm-mm.
But he was like, no, you want me to turn pages? No.
Right.
Then proceeds to, give this address to the UN, and it depending on who you talk to, depending on whose opinion you're listening to, it did not go fantastic. Because the energy of the speech was like the normal energy. It was like rally energy, like talking to his base or something. But this is the UN. They don't live here. Like some of the stuff they don't care about. Like you talking to the UN. Everyone's here. He's over here like, I inherited a mess and we fixed it and like years ago we were down in the dumps and now we're the hottest country in the world. He keeps saying we're the hottest country in the world and I don't know what that means.
I'm coming.
I feel like even the UN was like, so what?
I'm coming. Hold on.
Climate change?
Hold on, Mama.
Doesn't mean the hottest. It's also wild because, like, you talking to other countries right now. Why are you dunking on them right now? Then, dude's over here. I ended, like, 7 wars. And it's just funny because, like, everybody he talking about is there. So now some of these countries look at each other across the desk like, I don't know. What did he say? Wow, incredible. And then there was a weird thing. I think it was Brazil. He was talking about the leader of Brazil and how, like, first of all, this dude also tariffing everybody.
So then he was talking about how he had to do deals with people he doesn't like, but then he had a good handshake with the leader of Brazil, so maybe they can work something out. Even Brazil. I'd be like, yo, I don't know. I just saw him in the hallway. I'm gonna try to be cordial. I didn't even know this is good. This is good. No, it's phenomenal performance. Truly, I've not seen anything like it. Just over here. I'm sure if you were at the UN, just sitting there, you just sitting there quietly listening, looking over at other countries. You know, there's some countries that had just be chuckling. Like countries that aren't in the mix, you know what I mean? Like if you're not like a key member of BRICS, or you're not, you know what I mean? Like if you're not like in the news in that way, you just come, you enjoy the show. You know, like I imagine maybe
somewhere in their mind, speak their
Zimbabwe might have
ground.
been cracking up. They're like,
Sit down. Fuck the message they get. Everything meets me. I feel like it. Teenage girl and what's going on?
My streaming bill hit
Yeah,
$108
Mr.
a
Bunch.
month for channels I don't even watch. I didn't get mad. I got friends.
What's the universe? Damn sure I built some shit I never touched.
it's
I know
also
who did.
wild because like you're
They
talking
swore
to
they
other
did.
countries right now. Why are you dunking on them right now?
Ain't making no difference.
Dude's over here. I ended.
Swear people putting bills and doing nothing but
Which
making
was
extra.
also wild because the speech was right there in front of him. He was like, "No, you want me to turn pages? No." Then proceeds to give this address to the UN, and it depending on who you talk to. Depending on whose opinion you're listening to, it did not go fantastic. Because the energy of the speech was like the normal energy. It was like rally energy, you know, like talking to his base or something. But this is the
Stupid.
UN. They don't live here. Like they're not. Some of the stuff they don't care about. Like you talking to the UN. Everyone's here.
Everybody, yes, the whole everybody.
So we're like, I inherited a mess and we fixed it, and like years ago,
we
we
trading
were
this
down
oil,
in the
but
dumps, and now we're the hottest country in the world. You keep saying we're the hottest country in the world, and I don't know what that means. It's like, so what? It's just climate change.
right, what are you talking about? Mrs. President?
It's also wild because like you're talking to other countries right now. Why are you dunking on them right now?
Exactly.
Then dudes over here, I ended like 7 wars.
Shut the fuck. Shut the fuck up.
And it's just funny because like everybody you talking about is there.
Crazy.
Someone's watching each other. Incredible.
I don't know if I got it.
And then there was a weird thing. I think it was Brazil. He was talking about the leader of Brazil and how, like, first of all, this dude also tariffed everybody. So then he was talking about how he had to do deals with people he doesn't like, but then he had a good handshake with the leader of Brazil, so maybe they could work something out. Even Joe, I didn't know this is good. Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's phenomenal performance.
Mm-hmm.
Truly have not seen anything like it. Just over here. I'm sure if you were at the UN, just sitting there, you just sit there quietly listening, looking over at other countries. There's some countries that had just be chuckling. Like countries that aren't in the mix, you know what I mean? Like if you're not like a key member of BRICS, or you're not, you know what I mean? Like if you're not like in the news in that way, you just come, you enjoy the show. You know? Like I imagine maybe Zimbabwe might be crazy. Like that's your friend. That's your friend. But that wasn't the only performance. That wasn't the only press conference. Because they held a press conference. Because they found it. They nailed it down. They found the cause. That's what they said. Gathered everybody together. Got the press conference going on. Looked like it was in the Oval Office. And they were going to talk about the causes that they had found. Cause of autism. This is what they said. And so, you know, they walk in, you had doctors, Dr. Osmosis himself. You know Dr. Ozymandias, like Dr. Oz is standing there. Like, why? If we're just gonna start putting people from TV in real, like, government position, in real medical field, can we at least get somebody from, like, Grey's Anatomy or something?
Stupid.
If we are already not being serious, can we not be serious now? Who is Jennifer Oz besides Oprah? Who is? He's standing there, doesn't even really look that healthy himself. This man's advice so far has been actually insane. They've done interviews with him, spoken to the public. Like, what would you suggest for Americans? Man, it's out here. If you want to, if you don't, look, if you don't want to be sick, be healthy. I wish I was joking.
Right.
Take credit for that one. I changed like 2 words.
What's the secret to peak health? It's that you might reduce GLP-1s. Starting at just $99.
They can do micro.
So you got Dr. Oz from TV on one side, and then you have y'all know who he is. And then you have RK Jr. on the other side, looking better than usual. If you don't saw it, you know what I'm talking about. RK Jr. showed
I
up.
don't remember what it was.
It wasn't like a Nobody's saying anything. The president over here just trying to diagnose his peripheral vision. RFK Jr. is white.
Mm-mm.
That is a white man. He's white. He's a white guy. But that's the first time I've ever seen a white guy like he is colored like that. Yo, man, what is it? He just, like he's been holding his breath for 26 years. This is very good. And then, I don't know who told him. I imagine it could have been somebody, higher up, but it could have even just been an aide that told the president, okay, you're going to give this press conference, you're going to talk about links to autism. And what you need to do is very important for legal, it's very important for my reason. What you need to do is say the name of the drug. Then you can go on and say the brand name. But you need to say the name of the drug, because the drug is what we're saying is the link, not one particular brand. So there are other like store brands that are this drug. You need to say the drug. Say the drug. Say the drug. Okay. Say the drug. I'm sure he attempted with that regular, bravado. Say it, whatever. Get out of here. Let me work. Let me get in the zone. All right? You in my ear. I got him over here being purple. Let me work.
Mm-hmm.
It goes up, starts the speech. It's rolling. It's rolling with it. And then he hit a more than 8-letter word. And then chief leader of the free world in real time, in front of us, the American public, typically the whole world, because a leader in front of the nation. Press conference they hold.
Mm-hmm.
Your leader in real time spit it out.
Mm. That's crazy, like, very like the time.
This website called In. It shows you what your soulmate looks like. And this is what I got. Tell me.
Trying really hard. No matter who somebody is, no matter the background, no matter the situation, really treat people like equals, not like look at people a certain type of way. We all struggle, we all have our different strengths and weaknesses and everything.
Get them with your
I'm
thoughts.
just going on lemons here. If you are 80 and you haven't attacked a word before, maybe it's just not a word you're ever gonna get. Like if you, it's late. It's late for him to be sounding out new words.
Mm-hmm.
You could see the word coming out.
It's, peacefully too, just over his face. Just some toast. Sis. Us. And it's not like it was in the mic. You couldn't hear it into the mic, but you could tell Dr. was standing there trying to do ventriloquism. Just.
Bitches,
Dr.
man.
Oz was saying there like, just open your mouth, let me do it. Just,
Yeah, you can
Dr.
talk.
Oz was just, you could see him.
Yeah, you know it. That shit give me trouble around too. Still on the 22. Just wanna make my veins burn. Mm-hmm.
See him then. So, I knew when he looked around, we were cooked. Like I knew. When that man looked up from the paper, I was like, no, stay on it, stay on it. Stay with it, you almost got it.
It's gonna take forever, but I want to know. I'm going to. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So wild too.
Yeah, I
Gave us the fool. What
all
is
of
it?
it.
Porky Pig gave us the fool.
Stupid. Okay.
And he was hitting those T's and he tongue on extra hard. He was getting his payback with those T's. Don't take that Tylenol. When y'all see Tylenol.
Okay, so I'm glad about it.
It was
fucking me up.
Okay, you've been in third grade before. You
Then you fucking said something about that
teacher,
one go.
okay, I didn't
They
even
thought
know
I
this
was
at the time,
crazy.
but it was basically when the teacher
If
had
these
like a
people tell you to
hangover,
take it, they
and so
make
then
it
the
good to
teacher
you.
would just make y'all read the book to
Same shit,
each
man.
other.
Check this fucked up for them.
At the time, I really thought it was about learning, and now that I'm grown enough to have friends that are teachers, I'm like, no, the bender, that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to put this off on the students. You know, you're seeing double right now. And so it would be, your turn would be coming up. And you would do things. Somebody would be reading over here, and you start counting people and counting paragraphs.
Yeah.
And then you read ahead a little bit, so that when it's your time to read your paragraph, you read your paragraph all fast and everything. People can't even retain the information.
Mm-hmm.
Then, there'll always be that one kid. There'd be that one kid where it's like, when you get to his paragraph, that's going to last till the end of class.
Mm-hmm.
You literally get on your paragraph till you have to read, and then you count paragraphs, and you like, the bell going to ring here.
Let's be real. Getting over someone that you saw forever with, now that is a breakup that hit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes to be a kid, everybody learns differently. We all have different abilities, and you do your best to be as patient as possible. I remember, I had one kid in my class that he would do that, and his paragraph would come up. And as soon as his paragraph start, everybody's saying,
That's right.
And then he would start, and he'd be sounding it out, and then hit the word, and sounding it out. Everybody learns at a different pace, sounding it out, hit the word, sound it out, hit the word. Sometimes he'd even go back, sound it out, hit the word, say the last 3 words together. He's learning. We're all learning. Everybody moves in their own time. But sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I was a kid, too. I wasn't always patient. Sometimes he'd be sitting there and he'd be like,
You know, I'll be having y'all sitting here, but at least I'll give y'all a good time. All kinds of time.
It is. You did it. You did it. It's okay. And then you grow up and you mature and you realize that everybody's good and stuff. People aren't as good and stuff and everything. Because I'll tell you what, I could read when I was a kid. I could read. Very good at reading. My math wasn't great. So then when it came to math, it was me who was like a little bit behind all the time, especially when we got to like algebra. You know, because like, you know, factor, I understood the denominators and stuff like that. Like, I felt like I was keeping up and everything, but when we hit algebra, all of a sudden, the tables were turned. This is why you have to be as patient with people as you want them to be with you. Because I'm sitting there. And for the first time, there's letters. There's letters in the math problem, and I'm sitting over there like... And then he was sitting there like, it's 4. So, you know, he's over there. He went ahead and dunked on that. Let's eat a benefit, and then went ahead and started saying Tylenol, started describing to the people things that were not on the paper in front of him. Which is why you definitely should be upset when the teleprompter doesn't work. You know is what you're gonna do. This man was just throwing out all types of wild claims. This dude was like, hey, look. Amish don't have any autism. Couple times in this press conference, he would say something to somebody and be like, is that true?
Saying shit.
No, it's all over. You had RFK Jr. turn from purple to red. Because then he just started going off on like vaccines in general. And just started saying like, look, it's too much. It's too much. And he's not the first person, he's not the only person to be saying that. It's too much at one time. You know, you got those beautiful babies and you shooting them up with 80 shots of liquid.
To give you goosebumps. We know you were married.
If I'm with 80 shots of liquid. The thing that stuck out to me about the liquid thing is that you could tell he wanted to say juice. You could tell it's like they put too much juice in the babies. He wanted some juice. No, it was truly wild. And then it was over. I can't imagine what it must have been like to be on the board. If you're on the board of the town hall watching this press conference, you over here probably on a whole roller coaster of emotions. Like, at first you'd be sweating because they had let it slip several times that this is basically what the topic was going to be and what was going to be said. It had been like, you know, peace out, no, sprinkle here and there for the media all the way up until that press conference, right? But then, when they actually said it, I'm sure, I don't know, it was stressed when they said this is what the press conference is going to be about. Edge of your seat. Then he goes to say the name of the drug. And you're probably like, this might not be that bad for us, honestly. He almost said a cinnamon. We might be in the clear here. All we gotta do is come out with a label, no cinnamon in our product. We'll be fine. And then he says your brand name. Then he says your brand name over and over again, and now you're like, that's not good. That one came out perfectly.
Yeah.
And then he talks about the Amish, and you're like, I guess if people watch the whole thing, they'll be confused enough to not know. They should take it. My thing is, look, why have such an unforced error? You know what I mean? Go ahead. You already got Caroline Levitt talking to the media all the time. Get her to then start the thing. Get her to say name the drug and then walk off. Then you can go and just go off your vibes and everything. You had two people on either side that probably say the name of the drug all the time. Well, don't let him, but let him. Say it, let him earn his keep. Now he over here is supposed to be a doctor, got the shortest name I've ever seen. I do my best to be up on the news. I don't always want to talk about politics and stuff. Sometimes there's stuff that happens that has nothing to do with anything political, and it just warms your heart to see it. You'll see a news story that captivates you, and it doesn't take you into like any sort of polarized position. Like I saw this South Carolina teacher that got arrested. For using fart spray on students as a punishment.
I'm smashed to get it. Why?
Look,
I mean, yeah. No, that's good. But I see what they was getting at.
Like a family of teachers, people that work in education, and like kids have always and will always drive adults insane. It's like part of the bargain. It's part of the truce, you know? It's like y'all won't do a Lord of the Flies, y'all just be bad in school. We'll pay the bills. And I can't imagine what it's like to teach, especially now. You have kids who genuinely, because of like lockdown and COVID and stuff like that, missed out on little pieces. You have adults now missed out on like a full college experience. You also have little kids who missed out on having their friends over and being able to socialize at a very specific point in their life. So everybody's been like knocked off their kilter a little bit by COVID and by lockdown, not being able to just be with each other. That's just a fact. And because of how school was going in that time, you have people who are really behind because they didn't have that special attention. You had to do school on Zoom with a bunch of other students, and maybe a kid needed help, and they couldn't get it immediately. Not the way you can get it when you're present, I can't imagine what it would be like right now to be in school, sitting there, trying to do my algebra like
Would you like to receive a gift? I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This is the book.
And so then the kids come back to school, and some of them are excited to see their friends. Some of them are still trying to learn how to socialize. Some of them, maybe aren't as effective as others. But kids will be kids. Kids will be loud. They won't listen. All that stuff. And then what do you do if you're a teacher? Teachers out here fight for their lives just to try to teach you some English.
Mm-hmm.
You see videos of it all the time. Teachers going through it. Students don't want to listen. All this stuff. This person is just trying to make sure you know how to spell. So one day, if you make it all the way to the White House and you have to address the nation, you won't be like a certain semitosis. And so if you're a teacher, what do you do? Like my teachers used to yell. Teachers yell. And you can tell, there's a certain yell, especially when you got like a male teacher, there's a certain yell that you can tell you broke him because his voice cracked. Like, it's like, hey, y'all, chill out, right? And he's had enough of it, and maybe you're the first period of the day. You know what I mean? You'll be a little out of it. It's enough, right? Something happened at about 5th period and on. Or if you really got man's wits in, what? That's how you can tell when a teacher really at the edge, when they just start talking to the students like they are society. Like, it's like, you do your best, You go to state school the same way because you know you're not going to get it, You get a passion for students, so you try to teach it. So you just truly, like, teacher ready to cry. Over here, you get that third shut up. Sometimes that third shut up doesn't have any bass behind it. It sounds a little bit shut up. Leaning against the board. So what do? You know what I mean? Yelling doesn't work. You can't hit them. Somebody came up with a plan. Somebody was like, all right, y'all respect me? Okay, y'all respect me? You will respect this. Some reports say he was like doing a prank or whatever. Some reports say he was like mad about whatever. But I'm telling you, he could have done it for any amount of reasons. Maybe this dude didn't take his job seriously. Maybe, he was out here just trying to prank for fun. He's somehow teacher's assistant or whatever, and still hadn't like grown up. So then still here. Ooh, look at you, stinky. Ooh, stink bug up here. Ooh. Maybe. But maybe he'd had enough. You can only take so many spitballs to the back of the neck before you snap. Came in one day and was like, all right, I hate this, come to this, I really do. But please believe me, if you talk all the time or you never talked before, anybody can get it, all right? My voice this week because y'all want to learn. Anybody can get it. Anybody. So I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm begging y'all not to test me. As soon as somebody's talking to their friend, he's like, what? He must have been
brandishing it. He must have been wielding it because apparently, like, from what I read, like 100 parents complained or something. This dude got arrested, and then I think they said like 2 students went to the hospital or something like that. They're in interrogation trying to defend yourself. They should have thought about that asthma when they were doing all that talking. Right. What if it was that talking that caused asthma attack? Over your mouth moving 100 miles a minute. I'm trying to teach something. Listening is easy to breathe. I wonder how much he must have done it. You know what I mean? Was it just off of anything? Just one little noise? Or did he wait? Was he like writing on the board, letting the chatter sort of build? And then that's the thing, when you're a kid in class, you always think you're good if you're just not as the loudest person. But that noise rises the entire level of the volume, because now if everybody's talking a little bit, somebody's gonna get a little bit more confident, get a little louder. Everybody starts talking a little louder. And as long as they're not as loud as the loud one, now everybody's basically screaming just so they can hear themselves because they're all doing so much talking. And next thing you know, you're talking.
Yeah.
Because even the school said that he did $55,000 worth of damage.
Damn. Sorry.
It must just be in the walls now.
Our local tax expert will do your taxes for $150 all day. They know your situation. Self-employed, the W-2s.
Is this really happening? Is it really happening? Was the thing that I found myself saying, I was with my friends and we were hiking, which was a mistake. Hiking, I don't hike often. Even the first time I went hiking was a bit of a trick. Because they said it was a walk. Which is technically not a lie.
It's
But
definitely
it's
not
not
the
the
truth.
walk I was anticipating. You can
It's too
places
acceptable.
walk here. Hiking is going up nature steps for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Being a hater, by the way, if you like to hike, hey, go take a hike.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want me to hike with you, I don't know why. Maybe I'm just good enough company that they're like, oh, we'll miss them. Let's hike together. As soon as I'm walking up, we have a problem. The walk. I like to go on a walk. That's how they got me. As soon as I'm walking, and the steps are not, we figure out steps. When you figure out the rise and the run, they'll actually be decent on your hips. You want to get some exercise? Walk with that thing that Rocket ran up. This thing
eventually I'm like, where are we going? I'm like, to see the view. It's a beautiful day. We figure we go for a hike to see the beautiful view. And I'm like, oh. But you're going to walk. And then we hike. And we hike. When you think about how word hike got started, it's probably somebody going up for no reason, seeing somebody coming down. That's the other thing. Whenever you go hike, there'll be people who already hiked that you'll see on the way, and they'll give you hope. It's sick. It's sick. They can give you hope because now that it's easier to go down. It's easier to fall down. It's easy to go down. So then people that hiked up already, they were already tall. They were ready. And then they turn around, and when they see you, you'll ask a question. Like, it's a question, because I'm not enjoying hiking. So then I'm like, how much further? I hate the way I ask. It's exactly a manly yes. I'm not even putting on any, like, tough face. I'm like, how much further? Like, you're almost there, and it's beautiful. 2 lives in 1 sentence. Dude, it feels like you're almost there to them, because they turned around. They're going down now. It's easy. Going down is smooth. They forgot when they were where we are. They've turned around. They don't even care how long it takes to get down, because you're always almost down. If you get real tired of walking down, you can lean. Gravity will take care of the rest. It's gonna be cool. And then you keep walking. And then eventually you see another person. And you're like, huh, that's crazy. I probably shouldn't see another person because I was almost there when I saw this person.
It's easy for the screen to steal our time. Less can free.
And you see the next person, the next person. The next person, just as optimistic. It's gross. Just as happy. I barely even got out the sentence to the next person. I said, sir. And they're like, oh, it's just a little bit further, and beautiful. Don't ever do that for anything but food. Don't. Stop acting like you can taste the experience. Just, the view. Like, did you walk with your mouth open? What's wrong with you? And luckily, this person, this liar, a friend, a reluctant friend, a friend like me. Because they were like, oh, no, you're going to love it. You're almost there. It's beautiful. And then their friend was like,
You shook their head, no. With a serious face. That's interesting. So
which is also crazy. Like, why weren't they just telling us with their eyes? Like, clearly, I don't know. It felt like they were in a relationship. Or one of them was trying to be. Like, it was... that was a weird get out signal. It was a weird, like... everybody shakes their head and the jowls really go like. We go up. We go up. We go up. And then I see another person. I see another person. And they're coming down. And when I see them, I'm like, and who knows? Maybe it was like looking to them. Maybe we were having a very specific moment. Maybe they used to be like me because they somehow, genuinely, understood me. And they were like, it's right behind me. Kept walking down. And then we get up there and I see the view. And it's cloudy. I walked all the way up here to see stuffing. Like it looked like when a dog rip up a toy real good. Bunch of white clouds, some gray. I didn't know we walked this high. At one point I had to ask myself, like, am I still alive? Like this.
Overdue son. Get me someone good. Come on. Give me someone good.
Is this happening? Is what was going through my head when I saw it. Something at us. This turtle. Turtle was coming at, and not just a turtle coming at us. A turtle was coming at us. None of this should be happening. I'm like, am I still alive? Like this. Is what was going through my head when I saw it. Something else. This turtle. Turtle was coming at, and not just a turtle coming at us. A turtle was coming at us. None of this should be happening. At the top of a mountain with a fast turtle locking in on me. The turtle is coming so fast. I tell you fast, I don't mean fast for a turtle, I mean actually fast. It like almost broke my brain.
Okay, sorry. Fast.
A turtle. And like fast, like not like storybook fast, not like sloppy fast.
Yeah,
It felt
exactly.
faster. It was really like flip, 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 but that was speed. It's crazy. Guys, y'all, listen. I was losing my mind because it wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't fast the way a roach can be fast. It was fast like a turtle put on fast forward. This turtle's here coming directly at me. And so appropriately scream.
Oh my gosh.
This is what sucked about that day. I'm already out of breath from my walk. So I can't breathe enough to scream, and I'm also scared than I've been in several days. Because a turtle is zooming at me fast. And so then I got my phone in my hand, and this is really the worst part, okay? So I scream with the phone in the hand. And when you maybe this is like a man thing. Maybe this might sound insane to some of y'all. But as a man, when you scream and you're genuinely scared, you hope you don't have anything in your hands. Because the way your hands shake the thing in your hands betrays how scared you are.
Second broadcast, right? Yeah, I'll make sure that y'all safe in this crazy weather. Kids' school's calling about all that ruckus. It's supposed to get bad.
Choose to get every detail right.
If I scream when I'm anything in my hands, I'm like, it's life. I had my phone in my hand, so I had a visible representation of how terrified I was, because the phone is like, if the phone had moved a centimeter in my hand, it'd be like, he's not even really that scared, he's just surprised. The phone moved easily a foot and a half. I seemed insane to my friends because I saw it first. So for them, I'm someone who they immediately tricked into
into hiking, and I was huffing and puffing, and everyone we saw was like, shut Arthur. And now we're at the top, and they're mad too. All they see are clouds. We probably shouldn't have done this. There's plenty of places to exercise. And they're looking out at this disappointing view, and they hear, it would have been better if I had dropped my phone because I was screaming out loud. The turtle is coming at me, and then everybody sees it. And this is where and like I lose people and people lose me, because then this is where the story gets muddy, right? Because we all ran. With me. So we were all scared. And everybody ran for me. But then, when we run, we're safe. Now they want to tell me that it wasn't a turtle.
What the hell?
I saw it first. I saw it the longest. I decided what it was.
Right. It's my story now.
And I'm not even saying I decide what it was because I'm always right. I'm just saying I think I should get to decide what it is because I was staring at it the longest. It was coming right at me. Terrifying stuff, you know. Do you like care? Like, do you do you care? Because okay, there's things sometimes that no one can agree on like the proper ticket for how to handle, because there's enough going on socially that people start making up rules as they go to sort of get through life. And then after a while, you know, now that we're not like in the wilderness anymore, and now that we have like modern technology, now there's a little bit of breakdown. There's a little bit of breakdown in like what's proper etiquette, right? So for me, this is my thing, and I'm not asking you, don't say anything out loud. Answer the question in your head, because I cannot tell, and I've had countless arguments about this. Is it messier to answer the phone on speakerphone and tell somebody they're on speakerphone? Or is it messier to call somebody knowing you want to talk mess and there's a possibility of being on speakerphone? It's hard to tell. They're both not good. It's happened many times. Many times I've been in the car with somebody and they throw speakerphone on. They either are, trying to drive responsibly, or they just love answering on speakerphone because they love having their hands free and they don't have their AirPods in or whatever, right? One time, I was with some friends. They were calling some family in the car, and it picks up. But it's not who they call. This is the kid. The kid calls like, and we're like, hey, how you doing? And this kid doesn't care that they're on speakerphone. They don't have anything to say that's like, hush hush. But they're like, what are you doing? And the kid is like, oh, I'm just eating hot dogs and sitting on toilet.
times of it, conversation, calling. And so, speaking confident, I personally think if I call you and you pick up and I'm on speakerphone should be my last name.
Mm-hmm.
You're on speakerphone should be my last name. Hey, Josh, you're on speakerphone. A simple warning. And I'm not even like messy like that, but still, what if something happens in real time? I should know when I'm in mixed company, and when I'm in the company of the only person that I call. I wouldn't have thought of this one. Let's just talk that. Mark and Sarah.
You ready? 1923 season now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
I've tried some of the other diet medications that are out.
Just fine.
Mark had been away on some business, and this was back in the day before like Uber, so you really needed somebody to pick you up from the airport if you didn't park your car at the airport beforehand. You could call a taxi, but it'd be quite a while and everything, right? And so Sarah's mom picked up Mark at the airport, and they had schemed together to surprise Sarah with him being back in town early, because she was already supposed to have a little picnic with her mom, and it was just going to be one of those picnics where it's like mom, it's just like, who's that behind you? It's one of before YouTube was over. And so then Sarah's mom, thinking it would be like a cute little thing to like tee up what they were about to do, calls Sarah just to be like, hey, I'm excited for our picnic. Oh, so am I. Have you talked to Mark today? No, I haven't talked to him today. Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Just, a little primer for the surprise, right? And so she calls her, and she's on speakerphone. And Sarah picks up, and she's like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. Excited for our picnic. Oh, so am I. Have you talked to
Damn,
Mark
it took
today?
all the media.
No, we haven't talked today. It's probably important that we do, because I don't know.
Wait a minute. What? Decided to explain off the story.
So then, Sarah's mom, thinking it would be like a cute little thing to like tee up what they were about to do, calls Sarah just to be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm excited for our picnic. Oh, so am I. Have you talked to Mark today? No, I haven't talked to him today. Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Just, a little primer for the surprise, right? And so she calls her, and she's on speakerphone, and Sarah picks up, and she's like, hey, how you doing? Oh, good. Excited for our picnic? Oh, so am I. Have you talked to Mark today? No, we haven't talked today. Honestly, it's probably important that we do, because I don't know. I feel like it's just like, I feel like the spark is like gone. Like it's just, and maybe I went through this thing with that, but just like somebody's gone, and I'm like, alright.
No, goodness.
This doesn't really feel like it used to or anything. And even when he gets back, I'm like, not that excited. I should be more excited. I don't know. Like, it's probably. You should probably get a divorce. Like, I've been feeling this way for so long. Sarah's mom. It's over. fighting for it, but like I imagine that steering wheel was going through it. She had to be gripping that thing. Like the car was about to take off and fly away. And she goes, well, sweetie. What's with me now? And Mark goes, hey, honey. And she goes, oh. Do you think we should get a divorce? It's like, do you even care? That you're on speakerphone. I am not like a tough guy. Sometimes I've like wanted to be a tough guy before. Especially when I was like little, I wanted to be like, yeah, tough. I even try to break the rules sometimes. You know what I mean? I'd have a pen, and I once walk right up to like a white wall and be like, yeah. Vandalism. Deal with it. I don't want to like be bad, but it's didn't have it. Even now, it's like it's never done a drug. I don't drink or anything. One time I was like, you know what? Why should I deprive myself? Everybody seems like they're having so much fun. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have a virgin margarita. What the flavor is? I've never had margarita flavor before. And so I had a virgin margarita. Turns out, way too sweet. Ridiculously sweet. I used to be a bar back where I served people virgin margaritas. No wonder they got so drunk. These are delicious. I was like, I think I'll have another. I think I'll have another. I think I'll have another. To the point where I did get sick. Sick off virgin margaritas. And like real sick too. Like called my friends. I was so sick. I was with some friends. I called other friends.
Shit.
I called friends and be like, you know, y'all been drunk before, y'all had your benders and everything. I don't have any alcohol in me, but I got like the other halves. I got like all the sugars. My stomach hurt. And like, look, I don't like that it happened. But I was not throwing up. I was just saying, because it felt like I was gonna throw up, so I kept being like, because then you know when you think you're about to throw up, so you start arguing with yourself. Where you're like,
Yeah.
tell my friend, I don't know. And they're like, dude. Yes, thank you. It's a hospital. I don't know what's for down. I don't know if I could live down being rushed to the hospital off virgin margaritas. Maybe I have to get my stomach pumped off virgin margaritas. Because I ingested a childish amount of sugar. But they were like, I called my friend. Do you need us to take you to the hospital? I was like, who is us? Oh, sorry, you're on speakerphone. There's no way to take your cool back off speakerphone. It's so embarrassing. I was on speakerphone. And then I muted it. Nigga, I was drunk on virgin margaritas. But those are things I've been thinking about because I've been watching what's happening. Whether you like Jimmy Kimmel or not, whether you watch the show, whether you care about or him, or like, it's television. I've heard all the excuses. The excuses came quick. Because this is unprecedented, and when things are unprecedented, you wonder should you do something, and you don't have to do anything if there's an excuse. You don't have to do anything if it's okay. I've heard people, I'm sure they were losing money anyway. No. I don't really like what he said. What did he say? Oh, no, this thing was a long time coming because of how he's been acting. No, man, I'm saying, because the thing about free speech, especially like free speech wars, you always have to be careful. Actually cares about everybody's speech, who's an actual absolutist, and who's just trying to get in. Who's just trying to sneak in. Because there are some people who have some heinous things to say, and they want to be able to say those things, and they use free speech as their anchor. That's their in. They wedge themselves in that way. But then, when it's their turn to talk, what they actually want is for other people to not be able to talk. That's what they've wanted for a long time. I'm blown away about a thing that we've done since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, it was explained to me that we have all these sorts of rights, and that these rights were fought for, and that these rights were things that we had that other people didn't have. There are other people in other countries that weren't as fortunate to have the rights that we have, right? Weren't as fortunate to have the rights that we have, right? And there's always been something that bothered me about that sentiment, about that idea. Because your freedom, your freedom it's yours because it's yours. Nobody can give it to you. Nobody can make you as free as you were born. Life gives you freedom. You're supposed to be free. You're supposed to be able to say the things that you think. You're supposed to be able to express yourself. Government can't give you freedom. They can definitely try to take things away, but even within what it tries to take away, it can't really take it away because the freedom wasn't given to you by the government to take away. Government can, you can buy buy a house at auction. Let's say somebody fell behind on their property taxes, so now their property's up for auction. You buy it, then you fall behind on those same property taxes. The government takes it away. It was never really yours. Freedom doesn't work that way. And so we look around and we talk about how we have all these freedoms. These are our freedoms, and they're not from the government. These are God-given things. These are things that you were born with. These are things that nobody can take away. Even if they tried. Even if they tried. Look, they tried with people throughout history. And there are people that live in a world without those freedoms, right? But even the resistance to express yourself is still your freedom trying to like sprout out all of that cover. Your freedom is yours. I can't stress it enough. It's like saying, government, let me keep all my toes.
Right.
Well, the government can only try to take away toes. They don't really have toes.
Right.
Feels like you're giving the government an awful lot of credit. It's your freedom. It was given to you by something that outlasts all this stuff. I mean, and it can't really be taken away. You can manipulate it, and you can be scared. You can be angry enough, like some people are angry enough, to let someone's freedom of speech be taken away. You can be fearful. You can be so fearful that just the threat of an investigation, just the threat of some sort of government overreach makes you cave before there's even a solidified threat there. You know, you can have fear, you can have an anger, you can have a hate that goes deeper than an anger. You can be so confused about what's going on, you just want someone to make a definitive statement about anything. You'll just go with it because you hate not knowing, you hate uncertainty. And then you see something like what happened to Jimmy Kimmel happen. And then you see people ask, is this really happening? This was never supposed to be able to happen here. And it's because of a lie that we told ourselves. We told ourselves that every country and everyone was different from us. Which is why we don't recognize ourselves when things that are only supposed to happen in other places happen here. You know? That's low-key the American way. The American way is to be like, well, look, of course it would happen there. It's because I'm not over here. It's like, no, whatever it is, happen over there because it can happen anywhere, especially if you're not vigilant, especially if you think that things won't happen to you just because. There is no more just because. Is this really happening? Yes, it's happening. As wild as it may seem, as surreal as it is, you know, it's coming, and it's coming fast, like a turtle that shouldn't be on a mountain.
Okay.
Is this happening? Yes, it's happening. This is happening. There's no way around it. The people are okay with it. Are okay with it for now. But there are plenty of people that don't even like that have this mind to know that this is not just crazy, this is unacceptable, this cannot happen here. It can't happen here. This is the other scary thing about government. I'm not just trying to scare you, I'm just telling you everything that we've seen, everything I've ever read about, and people from other countries that have different life experiences to us. I'm telling you what they're saying, right? Pendulum swing, and one thing that governments don't do, hardly any government does, is give or took in some way. You know what I mean? If you give over to fear, if you give them these things, they will be given and taken for good. There's no way around it. And we've already seen you can't do enough. You will not be good enough. You won't be complacent enough. You can't placate enough to make it stop. It will not stop. They come for a white man with money.
Right. They'll do that. Nala! I'm sorry.
Money, they really didn't do anything. And when I say really didn't do anything, people can go back and forth about trying to cherry pick or like the phrase of the thing, or here's what I thought he said when he said whatever. That doesn't matter. That actually gets us into a conversation we shouldn't even be in because it shouldn't even be on the table.
Maybe I
Right?
should read it.
It is not going to just go away, and it's not going to just stop. So then it's important to finish. Do you care? Because if you care, that's very different. If you're scared, it's understandable. Plenty of people are scared. People with money are scared. ABC was scared. Disney was scared. You know Disney.
Maybe a little more.
Oh, you know Disney.
No, like this.
Scared. Disney, the same people who come up from behind you if you draw a picture of Mickey and go, do you think you're doing that?
Did you say that?
We'll change the fair use laws and make this illegal. Those people were scared. Being scared is human. But not doing anything is a choice, and not making your voices heard, and not you don't just take for granted what's happening. I think that there is, in my opinion, not enough alarm bells sounding. You know what I mean? I saw it, but it's like in a hush, in a whisper, and I'm wondering why it is, because this man still loses in court. Just today, a judge threw out some $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times. When these things go to court, they don't not just win, they don't prevail, they don't proceed. Because under the law, they are illegal. You know? And any sort of strong arming by the government should really, really, really sound the alarms for any citizen. Pendulums swing. Governments do not give back power that they've taken. 9/11 was a long time ago. When did we get our privacy back? Place that he's right. A long time ago. When did we get our privacy back? So if it happened with privacy and then became normal and then you didn't really care, the same thing could happen with speech. All of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I guess I should get Rob to proofread my sentiments on the day. You're not alone in being worried, you're not alone in being fearful, you're not alone in being angry. The thing about not being alone is that you just have to find the other people. You have to find the other people who feel the way that you feel, and you have to stay in with them as strong as you can. Because it's the other people who feel the way you feel that will stop you from feeling crazy. And it is the only thing. That's the only thing that will, if you just keep the phone in your face, you will feel like you're losing your mind. Because it's all happening so fast, all happening all the time. I'm not a tough guy. I almost died of virgin margaritas. And I screamed. I screamed. I screamed. Ran from a turtle. But I can't run from this, and neither can you. I love you all, and we have each other, okay? Thank y'all so much. Thanks for coming out.
Nala. I think I'm gonna leave it right here.
Did they really need to send their entire army on only one guy? I guess we need defenses, but this is just a little bit overkill. Look at that.
See, friends, there's some great news for you.
So when we come back, that's where we're going to start. Yeah, baby. Okay. We're going to get out of here. That was super fun. Alright. Yeah. I like that a lot. Okay, thank you so much for watching Broadcast World. Please don't forget to hit the like button, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. And let me know you were here. Until next time, bye-bye.